Hi guys, Artiar here. So for this video, I'll be going through is the Shimmer Reverb pick, and previously I already posted the video for the lock-in event, so you can go check out the video as well. So the Shimmer Reverb pick, I actually made a video about it like 2 weeks ago, I think, which is a Shimmer PvE content tier list and also PvP tier list, but that's not specifically for Shimmer Reverb. It's a general PvE tier list and PvP tier list for Shimmer. So I got requested that maybe make a new one for the Shimmer Reverb itself, so let's cover that as well. So Shimmer Reverb here, the Shimmer Esper, we are basically getting all the Shimmer choices other than 2 Esper, which is Moriyama and Zihe. These 2 Esper are not included in the Shimmer Reverb. And this Shimmer Reverb, as the name already mentioned, is Shimmer Reverb, so please don't pick the other Elemental Esper. They are just some choices for you to put there. If you have everything Max Shimmer, probably you can go pick for them, but do you have Max Shimmer? No, right? So just go for Shimmer, right? So just take Shimmer Esper from this Reverb. So probably some of the player doesn't know how the Shimmer Reverb. Does that mean that I can only pick does that mean that I can only pick the choices among the 60 pool? No. So after that, so let's say I keep summoning, I get the coin and then I summon, then I'll increase the amount of the Esper in my Esper pool. So let's say you reach the 60 here, which means you already summoned for 60 times. Then that time you can only pick the Esper that you want. You can see I can't confirm it now because you need to pull minimum 60 times. But you can go beyond 60 times. So let's say the Shimmer here. Let's say you get Raven, Anna, Shenpin, Tolan, Iki, Wuyu, which is a total of 6 Shimmer here within your 60 pool. So let's say you are trying to get Unas, but Unas didn't appear from your Shimmer Reverb. You can still continue to summon the Shimmer Reverb machine until you get the legendary Shimmer pop out. So this is how it works, okay? So you don't have to rush to get the Shimmer Esper even though you reach under 60 if the Shimmer Esper is not appear yet. Okay, so this video I'll be breaking out into R0, R2 and R6 for this Shimmer Reverb as well. So it's for general content, so I hope this video actually help you guys out. And now let's take a look at R0. Alright, so this will be the tier list and this part here will be the R0. So this one here will be a general usage, right, based on the usage. That I also will be mentioning they are better in PvE or PvP as well. Okay, then not in the box, which is Everett and Mingshot, because they are the Fusion Esper, and Moriyama and Zihe, they are not included in the box as well. So these are the Shimmer Esper we are able to get from the box. Okay, so I'll be separating into a few category: highest priority, second, third, and just don't. Okay, so the first one, Tolan. So Tolan here, I'll put it at the second priority, not the highest. Tolan is actually very good in PvE when he is at R0, don't have any definite, but that's more about end game content. So if you are an early game to mid game player, you are not thinking of how do I speed run the Ritual Miracle yet, then don't get Tolan, because Tolan is more like when you reach end game, you are starting to chasing for getting lower turns for your ritual bosses, then you get Tolan for some Tolan suicide technique for the speed run, or else just skip Tolan for now until you reach the situation that you're actually trying to aim for speed run. Then Cecilia, instantly just go just don't, because you don't really want Cecilia at all. She's just not really that good. We have a lot of replacement for her revive. Okay, then for Nusi here at R0, I will still say Nusi is at the second priority. If you are early game to mid game, or maybe you're at end game now, Nusi still come in pretty handy for the tower content and the Shimmer tower as well. If you don't really have if you face a problem with fighting the towers content, then Nusi will help you by doing AoE dispel and also AoE CD up for your content. The PvP wise, not really. Then for Unas here, in my opinion, I'll instantly put him at the highest priority, because how useful is he at R0 for all Dislyte land content, event content as well, ritual content not really, but event content like Memory Reef, the Burning Beat, all this stuff is actually doing pretty good. And Unas is PvP is not really that great, but in rival rune content, Unas is doing a pretty good job because he have a very fast speed, one of the fastest Esper in PvP content as well, but not the fastest because Tolan is the fastest. Okay, then for Petros here, I would put him at third priority, but But if you are actually some player that is actually focusing on PvP content, then Petros R0 is actually good to have at least one copy. When you have the other meta Esper, for example, let's say you already have Tolan, you already have Moriyama, you already have like Iki, all those things, and then Petros here will come in handy for supporting your team to counter specific combo. But he is not a main Esper for you to get in PvP content, because most of the time when you see Petros, most likely in the team there's another main DPS. He won't be the main DPS, he's more like a sub DPS that can help you counter the enemy supporting effect. Then for Raven here, I'll put her as second priority because she will help you do a lot of stuff in wave content, and now she also have a speed leader buff as well, and also her damage got tuned up, so I'll put her as second priority. For Taver here, I'll put him as second priority as well. If you don't have a really good team for Yinglong, for Desolate Land as well, Taver can probably fit into the position for you to do DPS. And for PvP, he's not really that great, but because of the AI, it's kind of stupid for Taver. But if you want to use Taver in PvP, it's also usable. Then for Shenpin is the highest priority as well. If in PvP, you can use Shenpin for Speed Cleave, and if you are in PvE, you can use Shenpin for Desolate Land, for Falsetto Fantasy, and also Ritual Bosses as well. She's basically the buffer god, and then Unas here will be the AP push god. Then for Iki here is somewhere at second priority and third priority, but I would put Iki at third priority for now. Iki is pretty good for pretty endgame Falsetto Fantasy for the Propator, but your Esper requirement, your team requirement is also need to be high. And if you want to use Iki in tower content, is also doable, but same thing, your Esper tankiness requirement have to be high, because Iki really relies on the teammate, how tankiness can your team to survive, to not make Iki appear from his stealth mode. So in my opinion, it's third priority, even though he's very strong in PvP. In PvP, the priority is not even that high as well. Like if you have Iki, right, if I compare with Wuyu have a higher tier. Okay, then for Wuyu, I'll put her at the second priority. The reason why is Wuyu is pretty good for PvE tower, but in meta, it's kind of one of the meta in PvP content as well. But in PvE, she can be replacement. PvP, she's no longer that like one team that can solo the whole thing, so I'll put her at the second priority. And to be honest, the tier list I kind of judge more towards the PvE if you are like debating at R0. Then for Anna here, somewhere at second priority to highest priority as well. Anna can help you carry the whole game, but at the same time, when Anna can help you carry the whole game, then you kind of don't understand how the game mechanic works, because Anna just did carry you the whole content. Then when you one day you actually face a specific content that is actually tough, or the content that actually have multi hit to counter Anna, then you have totally no idea how to play the game, because you no longer have Anna to support you. So I'll put Anna as second priority, because I don't really want you to get Anna just to push all the content. Then after you're pushing all the content, when you face difficulty, then you have no idea how to team build or how to build your own team. So I'll put her as second priority just because of this. Or else, if you're a new player and you want to go for Brain Dead, then pick Anna. Then Anna will be your highest priority. Okay, then for Jiang Jiuli, then I would say him at a third priority, but this is for PvE. But if you are at PvP, then I'll probably push Jiang Jiuli to higher priority to second. But for now, I might actually put him at third or somewhere second here. So yeah, this will be the R0 part. Alright, then this part here will be the R2 reso. If you have Shimmer Esper that is already R1 and you're considering between the R2 effect, then this part will be for you. Alright, Petros here, I'll put him at third priority, because whenever you have Petros, to be honest, one copy is all you need to actually make Petros work. So I will put it at third priority. The R2 doesn't matter too much in my opinion. Then for Shenpin here, I'll put her at highest priority, because of the, if you can get rid of the stun of Shenpin, it will actually make a lot of your PvE content very smooth. For PvP, doesn't matter too much, but in PvE, it will make your content slightly smoother. Then for Unas here, I'll put him as second priority. The R2 attack up is sometimes come in handy, but most of the time, you're gonna have Shenpin with Unas together in a team, especially in Desolate Land. So you don't really rely on the attack buff too much. So I'll put him as second priority, because it's still good, but not really that important. Then for Toland here, third priority is something like Petros, like you don't really need the Toland reso, even in PvP as well. It's not like a must thing to get for Toland. And for PvE Toland, you don't really want a reso, so I'll put him at third priority. Then for Iki R2 here, I'll put him as second priority, because when you have Iki R2, I assume that your team your team build is actually pretty solid now, and then you can actually use Iki in like PvE content like tower content and also Propagator. And for PvP, Iki R2 is pretty busted as well, so I'll put him at the second priority. Then for Jiang Jiuli, I'll put him at the second priority. Jiang Jiuli R2 here, when demon mode, when he jump on the target die, then Jiang Jiuli will absorb 30% of the target's attack, and then the target cannot revive. So in PvE wise, Jiang Jiuli can actually counter specific tower content, especially when you're facing tower like double Cecilia tower, and then you don't want to like mess with the Cecilia revive. You can just put in the R2 Jiang Jiuli and just make him go into demon mode. He jump on the target, then the target cannot revive. So second priority in PvP, he's actually a very beast demon, so it's very strong as well. Then for Anna here, I'll put her at the third priority. Like Anna R2 is also pretty good, but as I mentioned, when you have Anna, you actually make a lot of PvE content to brain dead, so I don't really encourage for it. And Anna doesn't really need the R2 effect. In PvP, the R2 effect comes in pretty good. For a specific team con, the Anna R2 is kind of annoying, because the Anna can just keep on poking you with a counter attack. But overall, I don't think it's that important compared to the other Esper, so I'll put her at the third priority. Then for Wu Yu here at R2, I'll put her at third priority as well. Basically, Wu Yu R2 and R1 effect makes her damage increase higher, everything provided by her passive does more damage, but overall I don't think Wu Yu really needs the reso to make her work. R0 is all you need to actually make her start breakdance. Okay, then for Teva here, I'll put him at third priority as well. Like R2, Teva no longer needs the crit rate, but same thing, Teva can actually get replaced in the PvE content. In PvP, he have a dumb AI, so it isn't really that high priority as well. Then for Raven R2 here, I'll put her at third priority. Like Raven S reset her passive to do another nuke is more usage in PvE, but in PvE you don't really need the R2 effect as well, because you only need the R0. Then for Nusi here, R2 doesn't change too much, so I would say just don't for Nusi R2. Okay, so this part will be the R2 tier list in my own opinion, based on more PvE usage than PvP usage. Okay, then let's say at R4, right? R4, they also have their own special unique effect. So for Nusi here, R4, Nusi will have a stun effect on all her damage. If you use her in PvP, now Nusi will actually come in very handy. So I'll still put her at third priority. It's still pretty good, but overall it's just kind of like that. Then for Unas here, I'll put him at third priority, because like I mentioned, R0 is all you need. You don't really need to push him until R4, but R6 will actually be a total game-changing thing, but that's a different case. But for now, I'll put him at the third priority. Then for Petros here, just at third priority as well, doesn't really matter. Shenpin, third priority, the R4 doesn't really matter. Iki, third priority, doesn't really matter. Jiang Jiuli, second priority, the R4 basically makes him more stats, and then the damage output of Jiang Jiuli is even higher now. Then for Anna, third priority. Teva, third priority. Raven, third priority. Like, because of R4, right, it's at the range of like between R6 and R2. It's a very awkward reso situation, because if that Esper you're not going to use him a lot, then getting R4 is kind of wasted. All those things. Then for Toland, just don't. Then for Wu Yu, just highest priority. So why Wu Yu have a very special case that she's able to get the highest priority is because when you reach Wu Yu R4, then Wu Yu have a very game-changing changes as well. Because now the stack for her to start breakdance is from 10 stack reduced to 5 stack. So if you make a full defender team, once your enemy casts a AoE damage, then Wu Yu will start breakdance. So it's actually a very, very good reso. And most of the time, if you look at a higher tier PvP environment, most of them who are using Wu Yu are usually the R4 Wu Yu, because it's a very, very annoying breakdance combo for Wu Yu. So I'll put her at the highest priority if your Esper is picking for the R4. Alright, then now let's take a look at the R6. Okay, so for Shimmer Esper R6, there's no way there's a Shimmer Esper gonna have a just don't. Alright, cause if you have the opportunity to get a Shimmer R6, why not? Because Shimmer is the most rare Esper in the game. So Cecilia R6, I'll put her at the second priority. The reason why is because Cecilia R6 is actually pretty busted in PvP, but in PvE there's zero usage. And for this tier list here, we have to consider both content, right? And because she's very excelled in PvP but very weak in PvE, so I'll put her at the second priority. Then for Nusi here, I'll put her at the highest priority. Why? Because R6 Nusi is actually pretty busted in PvP because of the cannot trigger counter attack. She provides immunity. And then R6 Nusi, if you play Nusi in specific like tower content, he'll also help you do stuff because of the immunity and also the cannot counter attack. So somewhere at the highest, and okay, maybe not highest, I'll put her at the second priority. Yeah, because she excelled in PvP more and not PvE. Then for Jiang Jiuli R6 highest priority, demon in PvP, demon in PvE as well. Jiang Jiuli, if you really want, Jiang Jiuli can be a usage in Shadow Glow, and then in tower content, he can just clear the whole team, whole tower. I'm pretty confident with that. And then for the Shimmer tower, he can also help you solo it. And then for PvP, he's a very crazy demon because of the 2 demon mode cooldown reduction. Wu Yu R6 here basically makes her breakdance even more damage, so second priority. Tolan is somewhere at third to second priority in my opinion. Depends if you play Speed Cliff or not. If you play Speed Cliff in PvP, it's actually pretty good. But at the same time, if you have R6 Tolan, means you're not able to do speed run content in PvE. So if I really have to debate and I actually play PvE more, I'll put Tolan at third priority. Then for Iki, I would say second to third, somewhere here. Probably put him at second. Una's highest priority. The moment you have Una's R6, you are able to do a lot of meta leaderboard team comp in Desolate Land, and also for like event content like Abyssal Trials, the Burning Beat stuff, Memory Reef, all these things. If you have Una's, actually it's a very busted reso. Then for Raven here, I'll put her as second priority. She's very good with the R6 reso in PvP, but in PvE, not really a lot of usage. Then for Taver, second priority, very strong effect in PvE, but replaceable very easily because we have a lot of better DPS. And then for PvP content wise, not really because of the dumb AI. Petros, third priority in my opinion. Anna, third priority in my opinion. Then for Shenpin, second priority. So why Petros and Anna is at the third priority is because they don't really need the R6 effect. It's kinda wasted, the reso, unless you have a lot of R6 Esper. And then Shenpin here, the R6 effect come in very handy for the PvE content, but in PvP it's kinda useless. So if I have to balance it out, I'll put her at the second priority. So why, if that's the case, why I still put Unas at the highest priority while when Unas is more excelled into PvE? Because in terms of the PvE value, R6 Unas value and R6 Shenpin value, they are not in the different level. Having an R6 Unas probably will boost a Desolate Land like 10 times higher, while R6 Shenpin will only boost in your PvE content probably like 1% or 10% higher, right? And then in PvP content, Shenpin don't bring too much of an impact. And Unas here, even though Unas don't really bring a much of impact, but because of how impactful Unas is able to bring in the PvE, so that's the reason why I push him a higher priority. But in the end of the day, if you really want a more detailed breakdown, you can go check out these 2 videos here, because I separate this Esper into PvE and also PvP tier list, so they will be more detailed breakdown in their own specific content. There will be a more accurate result. But if you are looking for a general tier list, then probably this will be it. Okay, so you can feel free to comment down what you guys think about this tier list, and then you can also share me your own thoughts, like which Esper you're going for and what's the reason. So probably the other player can also take a look at the comment and have a reference of it. Alright, hope you guys enjoyed the video and see you guys in the next one. Bye bye. Special thanks for the direct support on the YouTube membership. So for the benefactor of Artiar, which is JenMP, SkyElk, thank you so much for your support. And for the supporter or patron of Artiar, which is Louis Schneider, Agni, Wang Tamer, Ziggy, Kamaruki, Sunwalks, Rimu, Choni, Antonio Winterspoon, Cragrin, Calamity, Rocco Senzions, Jordan Alons, thank you so much for your support. Special thanks for the direct support on the live stream super chat for the latest tag. Thank you so much for Code Wilderness, Calamity, Acne, Love Fatima, Fatima Little Underwear, Bloods, Riku Fred, Choni. Thank you so much for your support.